Future self of Adam, take one.
That's a good title. Hey, future Adam, and
What year do you
okay.
think? Like, what age do you think you should look at it again?
I still think 16.
Like in less than a year.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm saying, when do you want to look at
I
that?
thought you were thinking less than a year. Like
Oh, it
the
doesn't
next
matter.
month we're gonna, or the next day. Okay.
No, I'm just talking. Will this way that you're thinking make sense in
Let's get a good 5 years.
okay, 5 years.
So Adam, you'll be 21.
Okay, so
You know, able to drink and drive. And
yeah,
okay.
speak to your future self
In the military,
and explain the
'cause
logic.
You dropped out of community college. No.
Explain the logic
Okay.
that you're talking to me.
So me and
So
my
kind of repeat what
okay.
we've already talked about a little bit. What have you already said?
All right. So me and my dad, in short, basically have been talking about kind of lifestyle, and I told my dad that where my life is at the moment. Well, we were originally talking about help. My mom thought that I've been depressed, and I don't agree that I'm depressed. I just say that I'm at a down with my life. But to be honest, I'm actually having fun with where my life is. I just think my life to others can be perceived as down, because I'm not really like taking care of the essentials. And it's kind of weird. Like people who take care of just simply have a good routine and just take care of the basics. I've noticed other people like just sense it and just naturally like have a view of that person as with respect. And I feel like where I'm at in my life, people don't respect that, but I'm having fun. So
Can you talk a little bit about the unsustainability and the similarities that you equated to eighth grade?
well, I noticed my mindset at this moment is I'm not really anxious. Um, or I could be, and and I'm displaying a front. You know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. Deep down inside, I could be extremely, because I think in eighth grade, I think I've always had anxiety. It's just
When did they first come? I'm just curious about that. Just as a side note.
well, I noticed that. I noticed in eighth grade that. Okay. I noticed in eighth grade, I wasn't as self-conscious as after I kind of like switched. You know how I made that change where I stopped getting in trouble?
Yeah, explain what that switch was. Because you talked really.
It's almost like my consciousness, because like I would say like I've always been conscious, but it's kind of like my consciousness kind of grows. I don't know. Maybe my consciousness is always the same, but more of my consciousness opens up as I get older. I mean, I would probably say a 7-year-old has a larger consciousness than a 1-year-old. I mean, would you agree with that? Or
Yeah, but what about you were talking about your adult logic or your adult thinking?
Anyway, well, it's almost like my consciousness opened up, near the end of eighth grade, and I just gained this like wisdom and this obsession with the goal of reaching wisdom or following the great wise philosopher. Like I just wanted to, like, I gained this wisdom, right? And what I mean by wisdom is I gained wisdom and I was just like consumed with all things wisdom, like listening to songs that made me like sit back and relax and like reflect on like all the wrong that I've done in my life, or like this is like when I was super big into like Jesus or something, or and yeah, so before that did not care about anything. I did not care about wisdom, did not care about religion, did not care about bettering myself. I was in the moment. I was honest, like I was honestly more in the moment back, which is well, I don't know, it's okay. That switch, me trying to be in the moment, because I was into meditating and stuff, taking cold showers. I'd take a cold shower every day. I remember in like um, April of 2023, early April during spring break, we were at Nate Anderson's, or not their house, but like we rented out a house in Northern California on the coast in Sea Ranch. Have you heard of Sea Ranch?
I think so.
Is it a city or is it more of like a?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember I would like wake up at 6, take a cold shower, and then like meditate. Like it was super uncomfortable because I was trying to like find a place to meditate outside, but like the grass was wet, so I was like trying to find a place. I was like dry and even, and I found like the like it was weird. Like there's like like the top of like sometimes you can sit on a fence, like it's like a wide fence, like a square fence, kind of like out like what is a little like platform that you walk up to and then you enter the house.
Oh, like a stoop.
Yeah, I was like at a stoop, with what the hell? I was at a stoop with dude, I'm totally blanking on the word.
Well, let me do this, and you can come back to this
Yeah.
when it comes. You were talking about, so the kind of the reason that we're making this recording is that you have kind of a logical way of living at this point that you said will be. You said it wasn't sustainable, but I'm saying that this logic is. How did you put it? You put it in such a way that I thought, well, let's see what your future self will say about the logic that your logical way of living now.
Yes, and I will get to that.
Oh, okay.
Because I think what I'm talking about. I noticed how interesting. Because I went on like a story. I'll go back to the point.
Okay.
I noticed that I was super into Buddhist philosophy. Kind of when I made that switch, I was meditating, taking cold showers. And I was hoping, because in the Buddhist, or at least the version of Buddhism that my dad follows, because I was learning this from my dad, because he was super interested around this time. I mean, we went to Deer Park in 2000, in 2023. I hope you remember that. Anyway, sorry. But I noticed that, so the Buddhist philosophy that my dad was learning and telling me about interest me, and one of the core principles is to stay in the moment. That's what meditation does. You try to keep your breath here, and by focusing on the breath, that you're focusing on what is happening at this very instant. There is hopefully you can get to a point where there's nothing outside of that breath. You are the breath in that meditation. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like you keep yourself still in the breath, so the past, the future, those thoughts, they're not there. You're just in the pure present.
And this was your 8th grade.
Yeah, and I was trying to get to that, like, out of everything that I wanted for myself, I wanted to be able to be as present as possible.
Yeah.
And I noticed that in 8th grade before that, I was also extremely present. Like, I did not care what the future was like. I did not care. Like, I did not get, like, I wasn't really nostalgic about anything. I didn't really care about my future. I was just like, dude, life is great, Like, I was like, life, Like, I get to F with people and, because I really like messing with people. I
Mhm.
still do, but I know that it's mean to mess with people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Curious, I'm just wondering on a side note, because you did start to get suspended, and I
Yeah.
believe you almost got expelled.
yeah,
And how did those two come together? I mean, were you still having fun even as you were getting suspended?
yeah, because I sure as hell wasn't having fun when you would, take me to the library, or my phone was taken away or
Mhm.
whatever. Yes, no, but looking back on it, it was still fun.
Mm.
Like that, like those were great. Cause I was, cause
So
I
you would
was,
say 8th grade is your best time?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I would say every time is my, but
So the reason I asked that is because you were in this conversation comparing now what you're doing now, your philosophy of
okay.
life,
Well,
to 8th grade.
I'm sorry. I'm slowly getting to that.
Okay, take your
I
time.
really, really like talking.
Well, this is
I would,
for
I would,
you.
I would die to get paid millions just to do this. I don't know if I'm probably not at that level.
Okay.
I probably have the ability to keep the concepts going. Am I losing you, by the way, Dad? Do I lose you in conversations?
No. I mean, sometimes you go to different places and you get off topic, but
But I don't lose you.
no, I'm not lost yet.
Were you lost when Marv was giving the speech?
Who's Marv?
Remember when we went to the Quaker church?
Oh no, I think I was tracking him.
Well, I would also say you have a patience that not a lot of other people have.
Mm.
Would you say that my talk, could you see someone getting lost from me talking?
Not yet. I mean, I think so. Part of this, what we're doing here, is to see, does this wisdom translate into a future
Okay.
self? And I
Yeah.
think when you're looking at this in the future, you can say, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah.
I have an older self that I can
Yeah.
look at this, and is this how you want to live your life? Because you said, even though you said it's not sustainable, you said you could live this way forever. If
I could, yeah.
yeah, like whatever's occurring for you is enjoyable. It sounds like whatever's occurring for you is
It's fun.
enjoyable.
Well, I thought this was interesting how, sorry. Do you feel like I'm cutting you off? or
No.
not? Okay.
No.
Cool. The Buddhist monks would always do this.
Just gather the thoughts.
Yeah. Are you so? Your question is now more enjoyable, or was 8th grade more enjoyable?
Are you had made you had said that how you're living now is similar to how you were living in 8th grade. And-
No, mindset's more.
Say that again?
Not all. Okay. It's like the mindset's similar. My view on life is
Okay.
kind of similar.
Okay. The enjoyment of it, is that similar?
Enjoyment's also similar.
Okay.
I would say I'm kind of acting similar.
Behaviorally, you mean?
I'm mostly acting similar.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that I'm not doing just because I think I've also just matured.
Okay.
Like I don't really have the interest in fighting people. Like I literally don't.
Right.
Like that kid who, like that was me messing with him
Mhm.
and him like attacking me. Like
Right.
even when he was attacking me, like I let him punch my face for like 6 times.
Mhm.
Because I was like, whoa, like what are you, like I was laughing. It's weird. I laugh at like really weird things. Like he was like, and I was like laughing while he was doing it. But I'm bigger than the dude, so I, you know. But even in that moment, I didn't want to fight him. 8th grade self, I would have wanted to like, you know, just like what the hell, you know, and start, kicking his, So that's different. Like I have no interest in getting in fights. I would say kind of my like I'm not gonna like chuck a like trash can on the roof. Like I don't find that funny anymore. Like I found that funny in 8th grade. There's certain things I'm not gonna do now, but I would say I'm not. I would say I'm more like empathetic of a person now than I was back then. And I think men. I noticed you were interesting. Or sorry, I noticed you were saying to Katie's sister. What's her name? Casey. You're saying to Casey that men, when they know their mortality, they like kind of develop like a sense of empathy. Like
I don't remember that, but I hear what you're saying.
Because she was talking about how her boss was like super like just
that he
hoarding his money.
Yeah, he may develop that when he gets older. Yeah.
And sorry, anyway, and I think me being more empathetic now is just a result of me being older. Like, because really, me at everyone's good deep down inside. Like, everyone's fine deep down inside. That's a hot take, but everyone's fine deep down inside. Life will happen. Everything's going to be okay at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
So can I ask you a question? So
Yeah.
you had said something about this not being sustainable. What do you think is not sustainable about this way you're living?
I'm not taking care of my needs.
You mean just like the basic needs?
Like, I haven't drank really at all. I haven't really ate at all.
Okay.
Like, I've ate pasta, fish sticks, and an orange probably today or something. Like, my sleep is weird. And I'm not doing anything that is challenging me. And I think
you mean like going to the gym?
Yeah, like you need to do things that are hard, That's why I'm like kind of excited to work again, because I feel like construction, doing something that's hard every single day, or how, like during football, I don't like football. Like I've came to the conclusion I don't want to do football.
Okay.
But football does something that just ultimately like improves your life. Like doing something hard on the regular. And I'm not doing that right now. And I don't think a lifestyle that I don't think a lifestyle that like has zero hardships. I don't think that's really sustainable. Like,
so it kind of sounds like you kind of know that what I'm hearing is this isn't gonna last forever.
I'm 100% sure. Well, I don't know. I mean, I know.
What do you know?
I know this can't last forever.
You know that.
But will I will to make it not last forever? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So are you saying?
I feel like I know a lot of things, but I don't have the will.
Okay.
Like I would know how to change my life instantly right now. Dude, I sound, jumping into the third person, I sound very arrogant.
Well, why don't
very
you
cocky. Yeah.
whatever, let it come out so your
I'm sorry,
older self can
you know.
can say, hey, what is, what's really there.
But sorry, I gotta think now.
It's okay. And we can wrap this up too.
No, it's fine. Because I think this concept's interesting.
I'm curious too, is what about this, your logic now, you talked about you will look at it in the future and say, oh yeah, that was good like what
Yeah.
philosophies or what logics.
Let me answer the first question.
Okay.
I notice I don't have the. I would say I would say I would know how to instantly improve my life. Like I know what I have to do. And I know that sounds arrogant.
Why is that?
Because it's like I'm only 16 and I haven't improved my life at all.
Doesn't mean you don't know.
Yeah, no.
You may know.
I'm saying one might say that,
Well, let your older self judge
Okay.
that. Or let
Okay.
what
yeah.
Yeah. What you do in
That's
the future.
that's a super notion.
Don't know.
Okay. Where is it where like it's an assumption like I have a super notion.
I don't know what that
Okay,
means.
okay.
So that's beyond
Okay.
what I know.
All right. That's people who spend most of their time on the internet might not, but spend too much time on Reddit. Anyway,
You do?
No. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
Like I feel like people might say, like, oh man, why would you know what you need to do to have a wonderful life? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you're only 16 and your life is on a down right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you do know what can you give some examples of what those things would be so you can say, hey, this is what I know? Because it sounds like you do have a belief that you do know what you need to do.
Sleep schedule. Set a time. Set a wake up time.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Now, okay, wake up, cold shower, meditation. You know what? Wake up, dream journal instead. Get warm and cozy while you're dream journaling. Like, don't immediately wake up and like dump yourself in the freezing, waters, like, because that didn't want, like, when I was trying to do that, I didn't want to take a cold shower, and then that just completely messed up my schedule because I took too long. So wake up, stay in bed, so you're awake, but you're also in your bed, so you're like slowly kind of, because do you notice like when you wake up, like there's like kind of like a comfortability, like you gotta slowly wake up, like slowly get uncomfortable. Does that make sense at all? Like you have to slowly get uncomfortable.
Oh, this is not, I'm just curious for you to list what
Well,
Yes.
no, but I'm just curious. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I need to create something. Sorry, I'm talking as like you're like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
I mean, the question was, do you know what you need to do?
Well, you asked what you need to do.
Well, no, do you know it? Because you say
I do.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
saying.
can we have
This
have
is what I need
examples?
to do.
Yeah.
I'm listing what I need to do.
Okay.
Okay, so stay in bed. So I'm adjusting because I need to adjust to things. Wake up and dream journal so I can adjust to waking up, and then cold shower, and then meditation, and then make breakfast with, this is ideal scenario, with iPhone or whatever and music. And in the ideal scenario, I don't use my iPhone except for a meditation timer or whatever. Okay. Cook food, listen to music. Cook a food of eggs, vegetables, maybe add some fruits. Try to hit every food group. Try to hit at least like 4 or 5. Okay, make that, and then take medication. Like once you have it on the table, so the medication's on the table, and then the food's right there. Take the medication, get a big jug of water, drink that, 3 times a day or more. Eat your food, drink your water, drink your milk, take your medication, and then if you have time before school, just do whatever you want. And then, or no, oral hygiene, wash your face, apply whatever, sunscreen, and then if you still have time, because out the door by 7:55, or out the door by 8. Out the door by 8. Might tweak that to 7:55. Sorry, I thought of something.
Would you like to say what that was?
No, it was just like, never mind. It's weird. No, never mind. Well, do you want me to say it?
Well, this is for you, your future self.
Okay.
Might be
I'm
interesting.
going to be all open and out. Like, I felt like I was like, I kind of forgot the thought, I'm going to be honest. Okay. Anyway, it's just funny because I'm looking back and I'm like going super in depth into, my schedule. So, anyway, no. So, okay. If I have time, just do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? So I gain some sort of like, pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Like I have some fun, and then I leave. Meet up with Lev, just talk about life, or if Lev isn't there, walk with music, or, some mix it up. Like some days walk with music, some days like try to like listen to no music or no like, podcast, like try to take in everything, I don't know, but, and then go to school, have an organized binder, organize it daily, like every class. If I have time, organize it, and then, dedicate a day to, for 10 minutes, organize my binder, throw out things I don't need, rearrange, try different systems, okay. And then, so I have my organized binder, and then get good materials. Like I notice when I go to school, like I have like a small pencil that's like unsharpened and like a blue like highlighter, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it like smells kind of weird and like, like have like one shoe or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so try to like have top-notch supplies, like 10 pencils that are like perfectly sharpened, because you can buy packs of those for like $5 or something,
Mhm.
Erasers, everything I will need, you know, check on the regular to see like, yo, do I need to upgrade my supplies? Do I need to throw away anything? So, so in a way, school is fun.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, because you have good supplies. I noticed something. It's like if you played basketball your whole life with like a like kind of deflated ball. You know what I'm saying? That's like a 20-year-old deflated ball. Like basketball's like not gonna be fun. Kind of same with school. Like I've just kind of like been showing up to school with like just like trashed. Like I don't have any respect
Mhm.
for any of my stuff, and it's just all like trashed, and it's like it just I don't know. Like I would say I don't care that much about the pencils, but like maybe just like something in my brain like identifies like just this negative feeling about school because it's like because there's other negatives about school plus the negative it's like dude everything that I have for school is just like I have no respect for that. So how is school going to be like an enjoyable experience?
Mhm.
Anyway, so yes, have good supplies so school is enjoyable.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to go too in depth with school
Okay.
because I think school is just another layer that I can go on, but I would like to kind of wrap things up.
Sure. Yeah, I think we should probably wrap it up.
Okay, yeah. And then I would say either I'll probably switch up the days, but like bike ride immediately after school
Mhm.
or run at night and like either gym immediately after school or like just like relax, just like doing whatever I want, so I can squeeze in some form of exercise and then probably like a time to like maybe like a do you pray?
Well, this is interesting.
Do you ever pray?
Sometimes.
Does Thich Nhat Hanh pray? Or
Probably.
any of the
Yeah,
people
he's got prayers.
in your circle? I know like they don't know you, but
Oh yeah,
they pray.
sure.
Does okay, Jim Hogue prays. I mean, he's a Christian,
He's a big prayer.
Because I was thinking, like, maybe just a time to pray.
That makes sense.
Like, I remember when I was tried to be a Christian, like, I dedicated time for God. Now I kind of like, I'm like, yeah, God's there. And that's like, that's it, Maybe I should pray. I don't know.
Sounds like something.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, and then obviously dedicated time to school.
Mm-hmm.
After school. And just, run that system and just stay. I really just have to stay on top of school and take my ADHD medication, but then that all stems from good sleep. It all stems on each other.
Sure.
Get poor sleep, don't take medication, bad at school, use his computer to escape,
Yeah.
Poor sleep. Yeah.
Okay.
Why
don't we have a wrap-up statement?
Yes. So, future Adam, yes. I'm just gonna say that. No, no. Future Adam, I love you.
5 years?
And
You want to look at this in 5 years?
Yes, future
Okay.
Adam, I wanted to say I love you, and I know you're gonna do. I know you're gonna be something great. Like you are great.
Sounds nice.
You're great right now, and you're just gonna be great. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're always gonna be great to at least one person your whole life. I know that for a fact, and that means that you are great. Because if someone thinks you're great, clearly, you know, you're great around. I don't know, like clearly there's something about you that's great. That's wonderful. You know, that's just a wonderful person. Everyone will think that about you. Everyone thinks that about everyone. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
Can I ask you to do one thing?
yeah.
What would your younger self say? Maybe you're 8, 7, to your current self.
Mhm. Maybe like you don't play a sport or some, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I could see that.
and then that kind of like goes to a deeper, like, you know, like, why aren't you, you know, like you just hang out, you just like hang out in your, you know, like, you know, it's cool to have fun, but like you just hang out in your room, like, and it's dark. You know what I'm like? He would like think it's sick to have fun all day, but he would probably like be having fun like outside. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he'd probably be like, "What's that? You know, I don't need it. Like, I'm just gonna like play with this stick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need, you know, I don't know. Like, anyway, that's what I.
Would he want your current self taking care of him?
Oh, we're acting like I'm the take care of. Like,
No, I'm just saying if he's.
would he want me to take care of him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think he would care.
Well, the only reason I said that is because I was thinking, what would he think if I said, Adam, I'm going to have your 15-year-old self, or I'm going to have a 15-year-old taking care of you, or a 16-year-old taking care of you? What is your view, younger Adam, of 16-year-old?
Oh. I mean,
I'm going to step away for a couple days. You're in the hands of the 16-year-old
like,
older Adam.
Like what now? Like I'd probably be like, who is this guy? I don't really like.
Yeah.
Okay, like if I made a immediate like connection, then
Well,
I'd be
he's
like,
you.
huh?
He's you.
Would I know that though?
You would.
Oh, like little Adam knows that it's bigger Adam.
Yeah, and he would say, and he would know who you are, and he'd say, how would he be about you taking care of him?
Oh. Dude, he might be scared of me. Or you know what I think he would like, you know, people like a relationship of someone who like thinks someone's great, like just the best, but also is like a bit scary. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Because I would get scared over weird stuff. You know, like something now, the average teenager or like young adult is like, you know, that's not really scary. You know, kids are scared of certain people. And I would say I do have an aspect because I'm actually very good with like 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds. But sometimes, okay, it sounds like I'm like always around like 6-year-olds and 5-year. I just like all age groups, so I have experience with all age groups except for like young 20-year-olds. I don't like hanging out. It's interesting. I don't like hanging out with like 17-year-olds. Or you know, it depends on the person, but if we're looking at groups, it's interesting. I don't like hanging out with my own age group. I don't know why that is. But I think this kid, I have an ability to right now connect with kids.
Mm-hmm.
But this kid would probably, I have a feeling like there would be some aspect that he'd be scared of. Do you kind of get it out?
I do. Yeah, I agree.
And not in a scary way that's like,
Oops.
like I have maybe like, I'm maybe psychopathic or like narcissistic. No, not like that. Because I'm saying like kids are scared of things that us people right now don't really care about, right? Like we cared about at a time, but like now it's like traits that like, or things that we like kind of brush off, right? And I think that, so it's not necessarily like a bad thing. Reality, there are no bad things, but I mean, killing, like, it's nothing like it's not like a harmful action that the kid would be scared of. It's like more of like a trait that people now would think is like fine, but like kids like don't really, you know what I'm getting at? Like,
I think so.
As a kid, would you like not really like certain people? And like okay, Jimmy, perfect example. As a kid, I was scared of Jimmy. But like now I'm like, dude, this dude's chill, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like there's some, you know, as a kid, like trying to think of another person that I did not like. And now I like, Blake. Scared of Blake. Now I'm like, well, now I don't fear Blake at all. Like, so I kind of see him as kind of pathetic. I'm not, okay. I see it as sad. And I see as a man with like, he had a lot of like, I see a man, okay, you know what? I see a misjudged man. That's true Adam speaking.
Okay.
He's not pathetic. You know, he's not sad. He's a misjudged. It's sad that he's a misjudged man. Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about Blake, but I'm spitting out a lot. I'm saying a lot of truth. It's okay. I don't know. Would you think little kid
I was just wondering about
Adam
that.
would like me?
Well, I don't know how well.
Well, sorry to cut you off, but
that's fine.
Remember what I was talking about.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I mean by that, you know?
There's a certain fear in an age group that, you know, you don't have any experience with.
What do you mean?
Well, like you understand your own, as a little kid, you understand your own age group and you understand adults.
Yeah.
But when there's a close age group, but they're quite a bit older, there's kind of a fear of that age group.
That's interesting. Yeah. So I guess it's like, you know, 14-year-olds.
Because that's who you're
like
going to become.
25.
You're like, oh, I'm me now. You
Oh,
know,
that's
to
so-
be doing
that's
these
so funny.
teenage things.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
No, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
How like you watch the innocent kids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's,
no, we used to talk about teenagers.
holy moly.
Yeah.
I used to. Oh my god. I used to be scared of like 12-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Now like I laugh at 12. You know.
Right, because you've become one and you've moved on.
Oh my god. Dude, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, no. So I feel like I would, but there's some kids that okay. What I was getting to is I have qualities that like a kid would have that fear of,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not like a fear of like this dude is violent.
Mm-hmm.
Not that fear, like this dude is creepy. No, like just like a little kid fear,
Mm-hmm.
right? You understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I say I have that, but I also like at times, or I think if I was with a little kid and taking care of a little kid, you know what? I think that would actually make my life better.
Mm.
Having the responsibility of taking care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would make me better because like I think ultimately that scary aspect would
Mm-hmm.
kind of I think ultimately little me would like me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my answer because I think that scary thing,
Mm-hmm.
you understand what I mean by
I do.
scary.
Yeah.
You know, like the teenager scary, right?
Yeah.
Like
that would have to go away in order to take care of.
I think
her.
ultimately just by me being forced with the responsibility of taking care of Adam,
Mm-hmm.
that would just go away. Yeah.
Okay.
But I wanted to say it's interesting that there's some people in that age group that kids are scared of,
Mm-hmm.
that there's some people that they aren't scared of, and then there's the people that they're scared of. It's like all those people are good people, but there's some teenagers that have a quality about them that kids aren't scared of, that I think is like, what do you think that is?
I don't know.
I think that has a lot to say about that individual
Mm-hmm.
teenager who has that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember for me that was Ollie,
Mm-hmm.
Dylan's older brother.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if you've met Ollie, but
Mm-hmm.
Ollie was like very smart, very nice,
Mm-hmm.
just always upbeat,
Mm-hmm.
and like even upbeat when his like mom was yelling at him for like something that he did, you know, like he would like in his, because he had like the most British accent out of the three, so that instantly just made him like much more like, and it was like, you know how there's like different British, there's some British people who sound like, oh, that dude's like you know, that dude just came out of the pub or something.
Yeah.
And there's some British people that like sound like an arrogant professor. Like,
Yeah.
who's that one dude who is strongly atheist? Charles Dawkins.
Okay.
Yeah. Ollie had this like just nice, polite British accent, which was like just, he always reminded me of Harry Potter. I always thought that was interesting, and I always loved Harry Potter as a kid.
Oh yeah.
It made me. It had some like warmth for me. You know how there's certain things that like
Oh sure.
give you a warmth. It was one of those things that had a warmth for me. So I think that like me thinking that Ollie is a lot like Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
It just gave me, that's one. There's a lot of aspects of him that, you know, made me like him, but it's like I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting aspect. I don't think I can put it into words, but you get what I'm like saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that aspect that some teenagers hold that kids like. It's like, and I think I have that ability
Okay.
to act as a person that kids like.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen myself like act like that around like Riley or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've seen myself like start to do things and then see Ryland like not like me as much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's a trait that I don't know. What I'm saying is it's like I think that all people should like, man, I need to like really dive more deeply into what this is because this is my first time realizing it, but because I think this is a trait of you that one all should develop because it's like I don't know, I don't know how to put it, this trait that all kids like, but what is that trait I'm trying to get at?
You can let it just marinate or percolate
Yeah.
and see what comes up. Maybe with a cold shower and some meditation, you know.
Anyway, how long was that video?
I don't know. You ready to sign off?
Peace, everyone.
Okay, we'll sign off.
See you guys.